In the 20th century, education was only based on books and lectures. Education works with the use of chalkboards, erasers, pencils, paper, and etc. Those things are usually used from primary to higher education levels. Teachers are thinking critically, preparing the topics on what is so-called the Manila paper, just to have a good communication with the students. Students would have to spend hours in libraries looking through books, dictionaries for a project or research. Teachers before were able to discipline the students physically.
In the past, everything that we needed to know when it comes to learning could be found in books. It is the prior foundation of learning and knowledge of our ancestor way back in 20th century. Teaching system works through visual aids using Manila papers and written materials. This has been one of the most useful and effective ways of teaching in the past and even in the present.
The setup of classroom discussions without educational technology is more on oral communication. Teachers tend to explain the lessons to their students. The classroom discussion was interactive. The setup without educational technology was mostly through verbal communication. This setup helps students to learn on how to find answers by themselves and be able to explore.
In the present time, technology has become a necessity for several people. We use technology as a way of communication, production, and transportation. In short, we use technology as a helpful guide in our daily lives. During this pandemic, we use technology as an instrument for our education. The COVID-19 outbreak is rapidly emphasizing the importance of online education in learning and teaching. Students' engagement is often increased, instructors' lesson plans will be improved, and individualized learning could also be facilitated through the utilization of web-based learning technologies within the classroom. It also assists the students in developing their critical thinking abilities. It is important to keep in our minds that technology could be a tool for education, but it is not the only tool that we need. Educators should be knowledgeable about educational technology and they should utilize it to best meet their student necessity. Is where the potential of educational technology resides.
We students, as well as teachers, tend to use technology where technology has a huge contribution to facilitate teaching and learning process. In this era, technology continually changing. Usually, inside the classroom, we have a laptop, cell phone, a printer, projector, and even a tablet, and so on. In teaching, we used a laptop for making presentation along with the projector in order for teachers to discuss in their comfortable way and easiest way for students to understand. In cell phone, there is a useful apps we students can rely on, especially Google, where we can search everything. There is a websites, articles for research, and so on and so forth. With educational technology, teachers can test themselves in teaching and might find their strengths and weaknesses, including how to strategize things, time management, and their creativity to make their discussion more easier and fulfill their mission within the day.
Our set-up classroom discussion or teaching. We now use computers, laptop, and cell phones. Almost all people are already using it. This makes the question easier because we already have Google where we can search our questions. Many apps have been invented which we can use to study or search. It simplifies our questions, and of course, we use the internet which enables the apps we use. We also use a printer where we can print lectures or assignments so that it is no longer difficult to write on the board. We have changed a lot when we have educational technology, and we no longer have difficulty because it seems like almost everything is automatically used by people.